Yeah, 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 yeah. Wow. Virgil Anesha, aka DJ Provoe, founder Provoe Planet, Provoe University, author, over 8 books and counting, the Provian Digest newsletter, creator of the Vulnerability Uncensored brand, host of the Stories I Never Told podcast, synthesizing authentic connections, tutor and creator of the Provian Roadmap course. Welcome to day 4 of week 2 in the Provian Roadmap, an introduction to self-mastery. Over the past few days, we've explored self-discovery, core values, and overcoming limiting beliefs. Today, we're shifting gears to focus on turning those insights into actionable steps by learning how to set SMART goals. Let's dive in. We're going to talk about setting SMART goals. Why set goals? Why bother? Goal setting is a very crucial topic that we don't hear enough of. So I began this introduction, today's episode, with listing a bunch of goals that I had set for myself and I accomplished as Virgil, becoming Provoe. Before I became Provoe, I became Virgilio the musician. First I was Virgil the poet, then Virgilio the musician back in university. All 5 years of school, I was singing. I began singing before I got admission. I set a goal to have completed all the songs that I started in my songbook, and I think by the time I was done with secondary school, I had over 700 songs completed in my songbooks, and I would perform them for my pupils I was tutoring. After secondary school, I would tutor, and whenever I had free time, after finishing the work for the day, I would sing my songs for them, perform it for them, an audience of one, humble beginnings. And I was able to fine-tune my lyrics, watching their body reactions for any, oh, they're feeling that line, oh, they're feeling that chorus, that hook, oh, they're feeling that vibe. And that was a goal I set for myself. I was like, ensure you become proficient in music before going into school. Why? Because I had the goal that when I got into school, I was supposed to transform myself into a musician. I was going to transform myself into an artist. And I took it very seriously. The goal was SMART because it was specific. Become a musician. It was measurable. I gave myself a timeline. I said, before going into school, you should be ready. A ready musician. I think I'd released my first single in 2009 while awaiting admission. It played on radio station and I was so proud of myself. It was achievable. I achieved it. Becoming a musician was a validation that I knew how to write words and create melodies that people could listen to and enjoy. My poetry got transformed into music. I was a poet for a while, for years, performing on the stage in my church, giving special numbers. And I decided I had a goal to convert that poetry into music. And then the goal was time-bound. Become a musician before admission. And by the time I got admission, lo and behold, Virgilio was born. I became Virgilio. The goal came to fruition. So, what are SMART goals? I repeat. SMART goals are clear, actionable, and achievable goals that align with your values. Whatever your target is, whatever it is that you're pursuing, it has to align with your inherent values. Your goals have to align with your core values. You can't have a goal for someone else's values. It has to be based on what you're pursuing, what you want for yourself. Okay? So, why SMART goals? They provide clarity, focus, and motivation to move forward. Goals give us clarity by helping us define what we want to achieve. They provide direction, acting as a compass to guide our decisions, and they give us purpose, keeping us motivated and focused on the things that truly matter. You have to understand that without goals, we'll be like a ship without a rudder, being blown left and right by life circumstances. Goals are that fine-tuning factor. They're like the sails on our ship that help us capitalize on every circumstance, to help us turn every narrative in our favor, to help us make the best out of every moment. The goal that you set for yourself is that powerful filter that helps you choose who to affiliate with, where to go, what to do with your time, what to do with your money. Smart goals are necessary because they help us accomplish this degree of fine-tuning. They help you hyper-focus on something to help you accomplish that. Common goal-setting pitfalls. Goals that are too vague. Many people struggle with goal setting because they fall into common pitfalls such as setting goals that are too vague. I want to be a happy person. I want to be rich. What is rich? What is happy? Okay. Or goals that are overly ambitious. I want to become the next president. From nowhere. It's not impossible, but for your current state of vibration, are you in position to make that happen? Are you able to pull that off, or are you just kidding yourself? Or lacking a clear plan for execution? For example, saying, I want to get healthier. It's a great intention, yes, but it's too broad to create meaningful progress. Getting healthier could mean taking more walks and, exercising. I don't really want to emphasize on exercise because we move our body. But adding a little consciousness to the way we move our bodies and the way we orient ourselves and our posture and the way we, not sit too much in an office or, not do too much in terms of stuff that weighs heavy on our health. Being a bit more considerate on the different things that we do that constitute bad health. Rather than just saying you want to be healthy, create a plan to accomplish the goal of becoming a healthy person. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So, breaking down SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. Understanding SMART goals. What are SMART goals? The SMART framework provides a structure for effective goal setting. SMART goals are specific. There is a particular thing you want to accomplish. They are measurable. They are relevant. And they are time-bound. This approach ensures that your goals are not only clear, but also actionable and trackable. You're not just deluding yourself. Okay? How to set SMART goals. Reflect on your big vision. Then break it down into smaller SMART goals. Breaking down SMART goals: be specific, clear, and detailed. Be measurable. It includes a way to track the progress you're making. It has to be achievable, realistic with your abilities. Where are you in life? What do you have? Who do you know? What's your ability? It has to be relevant. It has to be aligned with your values and priorities. Don't go pick up other people's goals and begin to run with it. Or someone is training to run in the next year marathon. You don't have the plan to run in the next year marathon, but you find yourself in the gym by his side or her side, and you're trying to carry as much bench presses. You want to carry as much weight. You want to carry as much reps as they carry, not knowing what their aligned values are, their priorities are. You have to know what your goals are before setting them, and then time-bound. if you don't tie that goal to a particular time frame, it's just a wish. And wishes, you keep extending them. Procrastination will get in there. Okay? Let's break it down. Specific. A clear, detailed goal answers the question of what you want to achieve. Measurable. Your goal should include a way to track progress. Achievable. It should be realistic given your resources and time. It should be relevant. Your goal must align with your core values and priorities. And it must be time-bound. Every goal needs a deadline to create urgency and focus. When you put a calendar to it and you put a timer to it, you rarely ever have a time where you're idle because TikTok says the clock. Time is going, and you know that at some particular deadline, you would call yourself to account whether or not you were a success or a failure. So, SMART goals are the way to go. Exercise. I love this. Now, you're going to create your own SMART goal. Now it's your turn. Think of one goal you want to achieve this month. The month of January. The new year is here. Write it down in your workbook. Then use the SMART framework to refine it. Make sure it's specific. Make sure it's measurable. Make sure it's achievable. Make sure it's relevant to your core values. And then make sure it's time-bound. 1 month. Once you have done that, identify 3 small actions you can take this week to start working towards your goal. The importance of a goal is it keeps you focused. Trivial things no longer excite you when you have a goal because the goal will be at the back of your mind knocking for attention. Every minute you can spare. Watching Netflix becomes a challenge. Doom scrolling on social media becomes difficult. Whenever you're swiping aimlessly, your goal will come knocking. Cop, cop, cop. Hello, sir. Do you remember we were supposed to be on this and that and that and this? So, write one SMART goal for the next month. And then, get to work. Example of action plan to activate your goals. Here's an example. If your goal is to jog for 20 minutes, 3 times a week, your action plan could include scheduling jogging sessions in your calendar, laying out your running gear the night before, and tracking your progress with a fitness app. Small, consistent steps like these lead to big changes over time. In my case, I set a goal to exercise, and I set my yoga mat, by the bedside. So immediately I wake up, the first thing my feet will touch will be my yoga mat. So I exercise. It's been challenging, but these days I've been doing my best to keep up with my promise to myself to be fit and get rid of this dad bod pot belly, if you know what I mean. So yeah, depending on what's relevant to you, pick one SMART goal for this month. Set it, and when we meet a month from now, you comment what the goal was, and we'll see your testimonial or feedback on whether or not you were able to stick to it and accomplish it. Now, you're not going to be doing this just for the bragging right that, hey, I set a goal and I accomplished it. You're going to be doing this to prove to yourself that it's possible to set big goals, break them down, and over time, accomplish them. The idea is to inspire you to take action on your future, one step at a time, setting SMART goals for success. Let's recap today's session. SMART goals provide the structure and clarity you need to stay focused and motivated. Breaking your goals into smaller actionable steps makes them achievable, and aligning them with your core values ensures they are meaningful to you. Remember, setting goals isn't just about what you achieve, it's about who you become in the process, like I said. SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. SMART goals provide clarity, focus, and motivation. SMART goals, when broken down into smaller chunks, become actionable steps. So break down large goals into smaller actionable steps so you don't have an excuse, so you don't procrastinate, and so you don't give yourself unnecessary pressure, okay? Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. If your goal was to wake up by 5 and you woke up by 5, don't think, oh yeah, it's just waking up. Nah, you actually hit that target. Celebrate it. If your goal was to finish your food and you finished your food, celebrate it. There is no irrelevant goal. A goal is a goal. Your psyche, your subconscious mind needs that reinforcement that, oh, we set out to do something and hey, we did it. So celebrate your progress, no matter how small. I gave those examples because there are things that we do on a daily. There are things that you could set for yourself that are not regular. When you accomplish them, you'll be like, okay, yeah, this is something big, so I'll be justified to celebrate them. Nah, that's not what I'm saying. Celebrate any kind of goal that you set for yourself. Okay? Action steps. Identify a goal you want to achieve. You have to pick something to aim for. Pick something. Your true north. Pick something. There are a lot of goals you can pick. Just pick one. Okay? Break down that goal into smaller, SMART goals. My goal was to become a musician in school. I broke it down into completing every song I started. I broke down that goal into completing the songs I started. And completing those songs led to me gaining more experience, believing in myself, and pushing forward. And before you know it, I was singing. The first song wasn't that great. The next song was a bit better. I modeled already popular musicians, and before you knew it, I found my own voice and I was, crafting my own sound. So, have a big goal. Amazing. How do we get to that big goal? Craft that small step you can take where you are with what you have, with who you know, with your ability, with your passion. Okay? Create an action plan to achieve each SMART goal. My action plan for my songs was to first of all write it, then perform it for my pupils to see what their reaction would be. Then I went back home and then I tweaked it. And then I kept touching it, editing it, updating it until it became a complete, full-fledged song. Take action and celebrate your progress. Whenever a particular song was complete and I performed it and they loved it, I celebrated like a kid. I was so happy. I was so proud of myself. I ranked the songs according to how much pleasure they gave the audience, and it made me very happy. So, take action and celebrate your progress. Remember, setting and achieving SMART goals is a powerful tool for personal and professional growth. How would you know that you're growing if you're not setting any milestones and goals to accomplish along your path? If you know what I mean. So, thank you for joining us. Okay? Thank you for joining today's session on setting SMART goals. Tomorrow, we'll discuss how small, consistent actions can lead to transformative results. Can't wait to continue this journey with you. See you then.